When Republican politicians can't make their extreme agenda popular, they get desperate and try to rig the game to win. That's exactly what they're doing in Texas through redistricting. We're going to explain what that means, but remember, it's not just about Texas. This is a glimpse into what Republican politicians can do in states across the country. Right now, Republican leaders backed by Trump have pushed a mid-decade redistricting, which is drawing congressional maps in the middle of a decade to lock in more Republican seats before 2026. This isn't the normal once-a-decade process after the census. This is a power grab. The new maps would split up communities of color to try to minimize the political power of people of color and other marginalized groups. It's gerrymandering designed to make it harder for these communities to elect people that they want to represent them. Texas Democrats fought back by denying quorum and leaving the state so the legislature couldn't vote. But of course, the governor announced a second special session, despite the best efforts of House Democrats. And on August 20th, the Texas House passed the new congressional map on a strictly party line split vote. This could create up to 5 new GOP-leaning seats in the Senate. And there are some other folks fighting back. Democrats in California, led by Governor Gavin Newsom, are mounting a bold retaliation. Newsom signed the Election Rigging Response Act, and it'll be going to the ballot in November. If voters approve it, it will allow the creation of new congressional maps to try to counteract GOP-led efforts elsewhere. Newsom also published a public letter to Trump urging him to drop his Texas redistricting efforts, warning of a redistricting arms race, and presenting California's response as a counterattack. So why should you care? Because politicians elected under these rigged maps, like the one in Texas, are less likely to be pro-repro freedom. This would also guarantee that fewer pro-repro freedom champions would make it to Congress. And that's a direct threat to our fundamental rights. Even Trump is trying to stop states for allowing mail-in voting. Him and his allies will stop at nothing to suppress our vote. And that's why fights like the one Newsom is waging in California are so important. They don't just claw back important seats. They'll give Democrats momentum going into a critical election in November. Because what happens in Texas could reshape Congress and our reproductive freedom for years to come.